Hi everyone. Hi Jesslyn.
Hi everyone. Hi Lynn.
Yeah, good morning, good day to whoever is joining us for this episode. So today we are going to dive into the last bit of Soul Contract chart, which is the Soul Destiny part. I'm so glad that we're coming to the end of this series of basics.
Yeah,
Because then we're going to be able to talk about other things
so many other things
that
lined up.
are
Yes,
more fun,
yes.
I think. So yes, let's just dive right in because I'm sure as for those who have been following or have
Yep.
watched some of our episodes, you know what is it about, you know that we are going through that linear process of different elements of a soul contract. And today we're just going to wrap it up with the last element.
Some people may look at it as the icing on the cake, okay, which actually tells you where you are heading to, what your soul has come here for, and where you're heading to. However, some may resonate with the soul destiny in many different ways because it's not just one fixed form. Every frequency carries a different energy, and it's all where we are in our lives right now and what we are looking at as well. So it may resonate differently for different people. But the basic, perhaps the concept of each energy could be the same, but the way we interpret it could be different. So maybe let's just share the chart so that they know where is it exactly, yeah?
Yep, let's do that.
Okay. So this will be the chart that we've been using for the past weeks, right? And what we are going to look at is the soul destiny, which is located exactly in the center. If you look at this, the 11-2, right? Okay, the 11-2, the basic things about the 11-2, if we were to say this is the energy of a builder, right? So it's all about building something. And usually when it sits in the soul destiny, it's like building a strong structure of truth and being
Yep.
resilient about sharing it and, expressing it, right?
Yeah.
So if we are looking at, I think, Princess Diana's chart again, then definitely it's about, we have seen how she has actually built that structure, and definitely sharing is one big part of it. And I think that even goes without saying, because remember we spoke about the 17-8, the
Yep.
expression part of it, right? And usually somehow the goal and the destiny kind of complements each other. They help each other, right? So here
Yeah.
we can actually see how the goals of 17-8 and the 10-1 would complement the 11-2. Building that structure of truth, being resilient in sharing. And we already spoke about much earlier how she's sharing about, her movement, about her helping people, like with HIV and AIDS, and how she always spoke about things that were kind of controversial as well at times, during that time. This
Yeah.
was like many years ago, right?
So
Yeah.
that's where I think we would say that soul destiny, or in another way of calling, we call it life purpose.
Yep.
It's not exactly a standalone element because it depends on every other factor of the chart, every other
Yeah.
aspect that once you work through, you'll be able to complement or you'll be able to bring in that gift or that essence of the other elements
Yep.
to make that essence of soul destiny unique. Like it's based on whatever else that you have to bring in. You have to sort of shape and form the life purpose or
Yeah.
eventual mission that you are here for. So we don't look at it as a standalone factor.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think sometimes if you're looking at the 3D world, it could even be for someone to build a business,
Oh,
or to build,
definitely.
yeah, or to build something, a structure, not necessarily a structure in the sense of concepts and truth in that sense, but it also could be physical structure because it actually talks about building things.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So building
Yeah.
businesses or building a structure in sense of a building where there are people who can go there and
Yep.
share things and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
quite a broad. So when we look at any frequency, right, it can be very broad. It can be in the terms of looking at what's happening in your 3D as well as what's happening in your
Mm.
5D, meaning your outer world and
Yeah.
your inner world, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it depends on where you are. So some people would achieve the level of 3D or
Yeah,
third dimensional level where you build more of a physical thing, like a 3D business, like not
exactly.
so spiritual. But once you recognize the spiritual aspect of yourself, then maybe from that 3D level, it's upgraded to 4D, where it's about building something more intangible,
Yep.
building something that is more contributive towards the advancement of humanity
People,
as a
humanity,
whole, or
yes, yes.
spiritual growth for other people and things like that. So in the case of Princess Diana, I think the structure of truth that she was building and sharing was all about love, the message of love, compassion, the message of unity and equality among human beings, whether you are a
Yeah,
royal family or whether you're an ordinary man or whether you're HIV/AIDS
yep,
patient or poor children from poor countries and stuff like that. Everyone is equal in the eyes of God, and
yep,
everyone has got that rights to be part of that structure, part of that
yep,
whole.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And if we look at like how we spoke about just now, how each frequency complements, right? In a spiritual goal, being a service soul, if you look at the 11-2, building a structure, that structure could be about creating a safe space for people. Okay. So it's like providing service, it's like being of service to create a safe space in terms of
Mm.
building that. So
Yep.
when we look at every frequency, right, it can kind of resonate differently with each person, right?
Yeah.
Although, yes, the basic concept of each frequency could be the same, but
Yep.
how it resonates is absolutely like what you say, where are we currently in our lives? And most importantly, I think, is how much have we worked through this part of it,
Yep.
because that definitely becomes kind of the foundation for us to even get to our soul
Yeah.
destiny. Yeah.
Like what Nicholas always says, the karmic aspect or the challenges are going to be our biggest gifts once
Yep.
we transmuted it.
Transmute them. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we have definitely seen that a lot, when we are able to look at our challenges, not in terms of challenges, but in terms of building it into our strength,
Yep.
how even that complements our goals and
Yeah.
also this part of our, soul destiny and our talents eventually. So it's such a beautiful modality in that sense, because I guess it's a modality that gives you a lot of insights, you know.
Mm.
It's not only about reaching the soul destiny, but how we can use, many times I've noticed that the minute we speak about karmic aspects, right, it's always very fearful, but how we
Mm.
can transmute that into something very beautiful, into something more energetic in that sense, and bring that as a part of our strength into this, and how we can also use our talents to
Mm.
get here, and eventually the goal somehow leads you here, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Mm.
so I think it's absolutely wonderful and beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your soul destiny, Jocelyn?
Oh, I am a 13-4.
Oh,
With
that's
with my birth
nice.
name, yeah, I'm a 13-4. So I'm going to stop sharing this so that we can share some of the soul destinies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tell me about your.
yeah, so my 13-4 is all about sharing unconditional love, Christ consciousness, Yeah. And I kind of hold space for people in terms of unconditional love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow that is what has been a very big part of my life throughout my life, you know,
Huh.
where I've been always seen as the mother figure or the big sister figure, or, one of those.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I
Interesting.
actually saw my 13-4 sitting at my soul destiny, I kind of smiled throughout my reading, because it was like, yeah, I see that so much. And
Mm.
now the difference is I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of difference. How about you, Liv?
Well, yours is a perfect compliment for mine. Mine is 10-1.
Ah,
So it's the divine feminine versus the divine masculine, right?
yeah,
I mean, of course, both are mother number, 13
yeah,
and 1, but I think my 10-1 essentially, again, is very vague. Sorry, it's not vague, it's very broad. It's all about service, it's all about waking up and waking other people up, it's all about um, contributing, I mean, bringing down that spiritual energies. Yours is a different kind of spiritual energies. Yours is love, right? The divine feminine, the love. Mine is more of a divine will, divine, what's the word? Divine, yeah, divine father, divine
yeah. I
will.
think it's a balance of both. Yeah.
Yes, the 10. But as far as the 10-1 is concerned, it's, I feel that in my case, it's more of course, I bring down that element of spiritual energies, but uh, in a more, in a balanced way, but not as feminine as yours, and not so lovey-dovey, not so fluid like yours. It is fluid. If I can achieve that fluidity of a 10, then definitely my life is a lot more relaxed and easeful. I'm not
Yeah,
there
yeah.
yet.
But I must definitely say here to come to that 13-4, to even come to its full bloom, let's say full bloom, I did have to work through my challenges. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I've got lots of threes sitting in my chart. I think I've mentioned that before. The inability to express, not being able to express. So can you imagine having this soul destiny, which is full of love, and not being able to express? That was a very big theme in my life, right? Very,
Yeah,
very big
true.
theme in my life before I could even get to that soul destiny. So,
Yeah.
and of course, I've got a 17-8 in one of my karmic as well. So,
I think
yeah,
not just about other aspects, like within the 13-4, because it's a mother number, it is challenging to embody, it's
yeah,
challenging to fully come to that love aspect, because before we can express or extend the love to everyone else, like there is this figure, what's her name? Amma, is it? The hugging saint?
yeah, yeah,
People just come
yes,
and hug her
yeah,
and then they
yeah,
feel
yeah,
healed.
exactly, yes,
In order to come to that position, you've got to first heal fully in
yeah,
your own heart and open
absolutely,
up and overcome whatever challenges that the four
absolutely,
carries. And it's not
absolutely.
easy, definitely.
No, no, it
Um,
was not. It was not. Even there are still areas that I'm still working on, but I guess what gives the clarity is because I understand it. Because I
yeah.
understand. So every time I'm able to kind of anchor myself back, right? And I think most of us, that's what we do with the chart because we understand it. So we are able to kind of come back, although there are times we can go all over the place and then kind of come back. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
keeps us more grounded in that sense.
Yep. And I think, of course, we talk about focusing on other elements of the chart because those are, in our face. But as far as the life purpose or soul destiny is concerned, it is pretty karmic because it's a combination or the meeting point of both the physical aspect and the spiritual
Yeah,
aspect. So it's very heavy
absolutely.
because it's both, physical and spiritual. And that's where I kind of recognized recently that if I put if I put my focus on the aspect of soul destiny as my compass point, it also helps me to navigate other aspects of the chart. So it's a two-way
Yes,
thing.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely agreed. I mean, I also kind of saw that, you
Yep.
know, because perhaps it is because we have done work on the challenges as well. Yeah. So now anchoring back to that soul destiny gives us that direction back. Like what I mentioned just now, it kind of brings you back and then allows you to see from that point of view
Mm,
where you are going or what was happening. Yeah.
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 So, like in my case, 10-1 is super heavy because I used to judge myself a lot. I used to be super duper hardworking and just push myself through. Even when I was sick, when I was
Yeah.
going to school or at work, I just pop Panadol or paracetamol or whatever it is, and I would just carry on with work or with school, and until the point when I had chronic migraine because I used too much of my left brain and my, my masculine side, right? The left brain. And until I moved through like certain healing processes where I started to, step back and slow down and lean in on my feminine side and stop judging myself for not doing enough and all of those different things. So yeah, it's not easy, but because if we are more conscious, we will start seeing the effect of the soul destiny so strongly in our life, and then we can work from there.
Yeah. This is a very interesting one. Okay. So I think that's all I have. And is there anything else you want to add on to the soul destiny?
No, I think, well, you can only appreciate it when you know your chart and when you start, looking at how what kind of impact it has in your life. But for me, the one line I would say is of course, the whole system is great, but the soul destiny bit is just so important.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for today and thank you for watching the podcast. We are going to come back with a lot more, okay, which is going to be on different areas and different topics. So look out for the next podcast. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. All right. See you next round.